It's 2022. We are finally here, having gotten through what was a crazy year in 2021 with so much activity across the ad tech and MarTech and digital content space. As always, we are out with our LUMA market report, this time covering the full year 2021, which is now over 100 pages of details on all of the transactions throughout this space, whether it's M&A, the IPO and SPAC markets, and the public financings. Please go to our website at lumapartners.com to download. I'm Conor McKenna, Director at LUMA Partners, and today I'm going to be breaking down some of the key underlying themes behind all of those transactions. Let's get started. So one of the most important developments in 2021 was that the ad tech and MarTech ecosystems developed both breadth and depth. Now, what do I mean by breadth and depth? Well, on the breadth side of things, it's that there is widespread activity across all ecosystems and participants. And depth is that there's core underlying trends that are supporting the broad market participation. The triggering point for this in 21 was the record-breaking activity in both the M&A and public markets. On the M&A side of things, we saw M&A activity increase over 80% from 2020, riding the momentum we predicted at the end of last year. And in the public markets, we've now doubled the cohort of public companies in ad tech and MarTech from before COVID in 2019, from 24 companies to now 49 companies that are public in these sectors. And that is extremely important in this case, as it creates a much larger pool of companies that people can invest into and look to as they think about the ad tech and MarTech ecosystems. Also, what developed within the public markets is that we've built a new MadTech middle class. And that is, prior to 2021, the ad tech and MarTech ecosystems were largely reliant on either large strategic buyers or outside buyers coming into the space to initiate M&A and bulk up the space. But now we have over 39 of these public companies are trading over $1 billion in market value, which makes them sizable companies and buyers in their own right. And we've seen a ton of activity from this new cohort of buyers, with more than 10 in just the ad tech space making scaled transactions, so deals over 100 million within 2021. And 6 of those 10s were companies that went public just this year. And that creates a very stable foundation for continuing to build out this ecosystem for many years to come. Finally, there's been an increasing focus throughout 2021 on companies that are not media platforms becoming their own ad network. Specifically, this is any platform that has its own first-party data on consumers and unique consumer touchpoints are finding opportunities where they can actually sell advertising to these consumers. This is most evident in retail media, where you see companies like Walmart, Instacart, Target, and many others following in the successful footsteps of Amazon, creating a massive media advertising opportunity. But you even have other entrants, such as Klarna in finance and payments, coming into the game and doing things such as acquiring influencer marketing platforms, as the touch points between commerce and marketing continue to seep closer and closer together. Overall, this is creating a massive amount of new entrants into the ad tech and MarTech spaces, and again, just continues to further the breadth of this ecosystem. On the depth side of things, these are many of the trends that we've been talking about all year. The first is just consumer usage continuing to explode in digital channels. This is most prevalent in CTV streaming, gaming, and e-commerce usage, which are all through the roof and creating many downstream impacts. The most obvious of which is just more ad spend. And according to Group M, 2021 saw the highest growth in digital ad spend over the last 20 years, reaching almost $500 billion globally. So clearly a huge amount of TAM supporting this broad market. And then very importantly, and what's really developed within 2021, is the financial performance of these companies that also supports this growth in this space. Historically, especially in ad tech, companies relied very much on growth, but had not achieved a lot of operating leverage and EBITDA margin. Well, now that has changed, and we're seeing most of the public companies actually operating profitably with high both leverage and growth, creating very attractive Rule of 40 numbers. And many of them continue to now beat out their numbers quarter after quarter, driving more confidence and excitement about this sector. So it's this concept of breadth and depth that has us so excited as we head into 2022. To make sure you're informed going into the year, be sure to go to our website, lumapartners.com, to download the full report. It's extremely robust, over 100 pages of all the details on the transactions and public market activity throughout the year. That's it for me. Thank you so much. I'm Conor McKenna, and I'll see you next quarter.